evening, everyone present over here. So, guys, you can respond me in the chat. Is my voice audible, or is there any network glitch from my side? I hope so. Today there won't be any network glitch from my side. Good evening, Rashid. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. Thank you, Rashid. Let's wait for a couple of minutes until everybody joins, and then we'll begin today's session. Okay. Okay, Kashish. Good evening, Lakshman. Guys, I just want to ask you people, if you have any doubts regarding yesterday's session. Like, have you went through the concepts after the class got over, or do you have any doubts? Do you people have any doubts from yesterday's session? What and all we have seen yesterday? It was nothing much, but the introduction about what is Java, and I was just explaining you about the things that is present in Java, and okay, and I was just discussing about the structure of a Java program, how it will be, and yes, that's it. That was the thing, the very basic thing which we have seen yesterday. But if you people have any doubts, or in yesterday's session if you couldn't follow up anything, means you can let me know in the chat. We'll begin with it. Okay. I hope my screen will be visible right now. My screen is visible, right? Rashin or Kashish or Lakshman, you can answer. Is my screen visible? So that I'll begin today's session. Just someone kindly acknowledge, no? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So, I hope some of you are well aware of what a data type and variable is. So today we'll begin a session with the data types and variables. So in layman terms, if you want to explain you in this sense, data type is nothing but, for example, first let's come to variable. Variable is something like a placeholder, like a container kind of thing, where you will be assigning some value to it. That value can be a sequence of characters, or it can be an integer value, means a digit, a number, or it can be a decimal point, anything it can be. Okay. So variable is nothing but it is going to hold some kind of value of any type of anything. Okay. So that we'll be calling it as variables. Okay. And whenever you come to say about data types, the data type of a particular variable, for example, if I'm going to declare a variable, say a, which is going to store some number values, that in that case I'll be giving something like int a is equal to 5. Here a is going to be my variable name, int is going to be my data type. Data type means the type of the value which I'm going to store in that particular variable. Okay, this will be for the integer data type. If I'm going to give float b is equal to 10, like we can also give some decimal values. Float and double, it is actually used to store the decimal values. Okay, I'll be telling you the difference between float and double. Both are used to store decimal values to a variable. Okay, which means variable is nothing but a container. But after the decimal point, float, if you're using float, it will be allowing you to store the values until 7 precision. Okay, which means after the decimal point you can store up to 7 digits. And if you are like increasing the digits, it will be getting rounded off to 7 decimal places only. I mean 7 digits after the decimal places. Okay, whereas whenever if you want to store more than 7 digits after the decimal point, you can go with double. Okay, because double will allow you to store up to 15 values, 15 digits after the decimal point. This is the key difference between a float and a double. Okay. 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 So next thing, we will be having, I'll be showing you the different data types and variables which we have in Java, but I'm just giving you the the meaning of the term what is a data type and what is a variable. Okay. And also we can also store Boolean values. Boolean values in the sense it is nothing but true or false. Okay. So I'll be, I'll be defining the data type of that variable as Boolean flag is equal to boolean will be small, flag is equal to either true or false. Okay. And also I can store a single character. In order to store a single character, I'll be going with the data type char ch is equal to, in single quotes I want to enclose a single character only. It can be a digit, or it can be a special character, or it can be a alphabet. Okay. And if I want to store a sequence of characters, it is actually known as string. So that time you'll be using the string data type string str is equal to the string, the characters, the sequence of characters will be enclosed in double quotes. Okay. If people Python, in Python we don't have major difference between the single quote and the double quotation, right? But in Java we do have. We use single quotes only for characters, and we use double quotes only for string. Okay. You cannot give a sequence of characters and enclose it in single quotes, and you cannot but you can give single character, but and you can enclose it in double quotes. Means the thing which I'm saying is, if something is enclosed with the help of single quotation, then it will be considered as a character data type. Okay. And if you're going to enclose some set of input or some set of value with the help of double quotation, obviously it is termed as a string data type. Okay. But in Python we don't have something like that. Okay. So I'm giving sequence of characters. Okay. So I hope you people got some idea of what is meant by a data type and what is meant by a variable. Okay. So yeah, we have two different kinds of data types in Java. One is a primitive data type. Primitive data type is nothing but already it has been predefined. Okay. In sense like the numeric data type and the non-numeric data type, these all things comprises under primitive data types. These are the data types which is already present, present by Java itself. And non-primitive data types is nothing but string. Okay, string is nothing but it is a sequence of characters. And array for array, we can define array of any data type. Like you can define integer array, or you can define some string array, or you can define some character array. Array is nothing but for people who know list concept in Python, array is going to be very same as list. Okay. And for people who are not from CS background, don't get worried if you're not getting what is an array. For sure we'll be seeing more into what is an array and how the things, how the different things are being stored in an array and how an array is being manipulated. All the things in operations will be seeing in the further sessions. Okay. Yes. So array is nothing but um, if you want to store the values of same data type into some container. For example, if I want to store, if I'm going to create an integer array, I'll be able to store a set of integer values 1 comma 5 comma 64 comma 3 comma 7 comma 8. Okay, so array is nothing but array is also going to be a placeholder for me. Okay, it is a collection of the elements, the collection of items of same data type. Okay, but in Python we can have in list we can have different data types as well. We can have a character, and we can have a string, and we can have number, we can have decimal. This is termed as list in Python. Okay, but in array we cannot have something like this. Okay, in Java supports arrays. Array we will not be having like this, it is invalid. Okay, we will be able to have, if you're defining a character array, then all the characters must be, all the elements inside the array must be a character one. L then M. R. Okay. And if you want to enclose and create an integer array, then every element inside your array must be an integer integer element. Okay, integer thing. So yes, when it comes to primitive data types, we are having two things: non-numeric and numeric. Numeric means, as the name suggests, we are going to deal with some digits and numbers. Okay, and here we are having integer and floating point. Okay, integer like you know the number systems, right? So every kind of integer will be getting stored, either it's positive, negative, zero, anything. If you want to deal with decimal numbers, then you'll be going with the float and double data types. Okay, here for storing integer itself, we are having four different data types: byte, short, int, and long. You may ask a very like simple question, like for example, uh, I mean, like, see, by using all these four data types, we will be able to store only an integer value. Okay, there might be a question for you all, like, see, if I'm going to if I am having int data type to store my integer value, why I'm having the long, short, byte, and all these things and all. The major answer to this particular question is these data types, these four data types, okay, byte, short, int, long, all four, it is going to store only integer values, but their memory allocations, their memory size actually differs. For byte and all, only one I mean, like, but for byte data type, I think for only 1 byte of data will be allocated. Okay, and for integer, 4 bytes of memory space will be allocated. For long, 8 bytes of memory space will be allocated. And also, according to the data type, they'll also be having the once again, once again, once again. Okay, guys. So yes. So we all the four data types like byte, short, int, and long. They are actually used in order to store some integer values only, but their memory allocations will be differing. Okay, and they are also having some ranges. For example, like I think byte supports somewhere the range between -128 to 127, something like that. So if I want to store one in my variable, I can go with byte, because when I use int, that means like extra memory allocations will be allocated. Okay, so this is the thing. In the next slide, we'll be seeing the more about the memory sizes, okay, of how much memory will be allocated to different data types. And if I want to store a decimal value, I have already discussed about the float and double. Okay, float means after decimal point there will be 7 digits precision, and double means after the decimal point we'll be having 15 digits precision. Okay, and when it comes to non-numeric type, I have also discussed it. Boolean means either true or false. Okay, the true or false values are actually called as Boolean. Okay, and character is nothing but anything which is sorry, anything which is enclosed inside single quotes. Okay, and string is nothing but a sequence of characters. Array, I have said you, and all these things we are having. These all comes under non-primitive data types. Okay, next thing. Yes. So I said here, right? So for integer, we have four things. Okay, now let's see for everything, what is the size and bits allocation will be there, and in what ranges you can store the numbers. Okay. See, if you are considering byte, 8 bits only will be allocated, and I think you people are well aware of the bits and bytes concept. 8 bits is equal to 1 byte. 8 bits is equal to 1 byte. So if you're going for using byte, okay, then 8 bits only will be allocated, which means 1 byte only will be allocated. So for example, I'm going to, give something as a is equal to 5. I can also use, wait, if I'm going to store a is equal to 5, I can also use byte a is equal to 5, or short a is equal to 5, or int a is equal to 5, or long a is equal to 5. Okay, anything is correct. But going with byte a is equal to 5 will be my more optimal solution. Why? Because it is going to use only 8 bits of memory space. Okay, and the range is from minus 128 to 127. If you want to store any value, you can go with byte. And next thing, short is actually it consumes like 2 bytes of memory space. And if you want to store the value between in this range, any value between in this range, okay, so short will be supporting it. For example, if your value is 128, then you will not be able to store in byte, because byte supports only the values from minus 128 to 127. Okay, and when it comes to int, it actually consumes 4 bytes of memory space, and this is actually the range of values until which you can store the values. Long again, float actually consumes 4 bytes of memory space, and double the same, it consumes 8 bytes. If your use case, or if your scenario actually needs to store 7 digits precision, means you can go with float, or else if you want to store more than 7 digits precision, you can go with double for getting accurate results. Okay, and character 16 bits, which means 2 bytes it will be getting allocated, and boolean, it is 1 bit. Okay, so this is all about the data type and its size and the range until which you can store the values. And next is, like I have said you what is meant by a variable, right? In variable, it is nothing but it is going to be a placeholder, means which is going to store some kind of value. We have 3 different types of variables in Java. One is local, and another one is instance, and another one is class. Okay, and I think this is familiar to you, because here, like this only, we used to declare the variable. Int age is equal to 20. Here, age will be my variable name. It's called as variable, and int will be my data type, and 20 is going to be some value. Okay, and whenever you are giving int age is equal to 20, it will be getting stored in the heap memory. Yesterday we have discussed it in the JVM, right? So it will be getting stored in the heap area, in heap memory. Like this will be getting stored, like for the age variable 20 value will be assigned. Okay, and while coming to see all these things, uh, instance and class. Okay, I'll be telling you the definition now, but if you're not getting things also, that's completely fine. Okay, because in a further session only, whenever we are dealing more about the classes and objects concept only, you'll be able to catch the concept in a much better way. Okay, so we have 3 types of variables. One is local. Local is, I'll do the speed test. Okay, I'm good to go. Okay, so if it's a local variable, that means my the lifetime, the scope of the variable will be local, which means, let's say I'm going to write a method. Okay, you know how to write the method, right? You are supposed to use some access specifier, either public or private, and data type which it is going to return. Int, I'm going just going to give some square. Okay, and parameters, you want to pass anything. Okay, and here inside my method, I'm going to declare a variable int num is equal to 5. Okay, and let's suppose it is going to be my entire program. Okay, see, I'll be able to access my variable over here. Okay, it will be available. But if I try to access this num variable anywhere outside the method, it won't be available, because the lifetime of the variable ends when the control comes out of the method. Which means, in another way, we can tell it as the lifetime of the variable is only inside this square method. Okay, so this is termed as a local variable. So here num is the local variable. Okay, and this is meant by what a local variable is. Next thing, instance variables. Instance variables is nothing but the variables which you are going to define inside a class. Okay, if I'm giving something as class student, okay, and I mean I'll be having, I can have some variables, variable assignments, like I mean I can assign some values to variable, or I can also have some methods in my class, right? So the variables which I'm going to assign inside, these are actually known as the instance variables. I can have something like, if I'm going to have class student, then I'll be having string student ID. I can either assign or I can just declare it. Okay, variables declaration, variables declare, or variables which are being assigned. Okay, and next thing I can have string student name, and also I can have string student department. You can have float student marks. Okay, and also you can have some methods like public, I mean public void means nothing, display or print. Okay, okay, so these four things are actually termed as instance variables, which means the variables which are defined inside the class but outside the methods. Like this only the definition will be there. Variables that are declared inside the class but outside the method. Okay, but see, in this method, if I'm going to declare some int num is equal to 9, and something system dot out dot println, if I'm going to give num, here num will be my local variable. That's why they have defined it as the variables which are present inside the class but outside the method. If it is present inside the method, then it is termed as a local variable. Okay, and when it comes to class variables, static variables are actually termed as the class variables. It cannot be a local variable. Static variable in the sense you will be giving somewhere like here static int something, some number, some roll number is equal to some 45, something like this. So these are known as static variables, and these static variables can never take the role of a local variable. Whenever you are declaring a variable as static, the assignment means the execution, the assignment operation will be occurring only the very first time when your code is getting executed. Okay, so these are the three types of variables in Java, and okay, these are the things. These are the different data types which is present in Java, and these are the different sizes and the range in which you can store that particular elements with the particular values. So it's question time. So people, if you have any questions, you can let me know in the chat. Or are you people are you able to follow the things which I have said now? Is it fine for you, or if you people have any doubts in the things which we have seen just now, like in the data types and variables? I'm in the stream now. Because anyone can respond. Are you all able to follow me? Like, is it easy? Or you people are not getting anything? No. No, in the sense, like, do you have some doubts? No doubt. Okay. What about others? What about others, guys? It's very simple only. Okay, so I just want everybody to answer. Okay, it's a very simple question. Okay. What is the size of int data type in bytes in Java? What is the size of integer data type in bytes in Java? You can, I mean, like the question, the answer is already present. Okay, but if you want, you can also use anything like any Google something, and just let me know the answer. And how is the Josh, guys? Like, are you people on the track? Are you people are very enthusiastic to learn new things today? For good, good, Aman. Thank you for your prompt response. I think Aman is very active today. What about others? Guys, others you can answer. Like, what is the size of int data type in bytes in Java? Is that a very tough question for you all? Aman, there is no network glitch from my side, no? Like, you can let me know. Okay, Sharma. Is everything okay from my side, right? I'm not having any network glitch, I guess. Or if you are having any sort of disturbance also, you let me know. Okay, so that I'll switch my place. Guys, come on, like, what is the size of int data type in bytes? Just to check whether you all are active or not. No network issue. Okay. Then I think, I don't know, like, why people are not responding. I think it's a very easy question. That's why are you guys skipping the question? It's 4 bytes, okay? Yes. Next thing is operators. And one more thing, like, guys, you can drop me in the chat. How many of you know the conversion of decimal to binary and binary to decimal? If you know that conversion of decimal to binary and binary to decimal, you can let me know in the chat. If people, many people here don't know, means I'll be covering those concepts as well. I'll be just telling how a decimal number is converted into its binary format, because here in the operators concept we'll be dealing with some bitwise operators and shift operators, where it will be operated only on the bits of a particular element, bits of a particular number. Okay, so I guess for that, you know what you know. Um, oh, okay, you know. Oh, okay, okay. Sorry. Uh, okay, you know. Okay. Aman and Sharma. Okay, you know the concepts. What about others, guys? And how many people are watching? Because I don't know how many people are watching from your end. Okay, so guys, you can now open either Eclipse or IntelliJ or even online computer, because now we'll be seeing some coding things. Okay. Okay. So first thing is operators. Okay. Operators are nothing but um, see the name itself suggests, right? So why are you going for learning some programming languages, or why are you going to learn? Oh, I mean, the basic thing of learning and working with machines is you are going to give some complex tasks to the machine, and it is going to perform some computational thing, and it is going to produce the output to you, right? So operations is actually the major thing. It is the computation work which the machine actually does, and operators means I mean, like, we have two things. Okay, we have two things: operators and operands. Okay, operands are symbols that are used for some computation purpose. Is there any disturbance from my side? Oh, once again, switch my place. Huh. Operation perform on operands by operators. Yes, cool. Okay, so yes, let us resume the session. So operation perform on operands by operators. Yes. So operators are nothing but it is actually the symbols that are used for some computation purpose. That symbols are actually used for. I mean, with the help of that symbols only, some operation is being carried out, and operands are the data on which some computation or some operation is being performed. Okay. For example, I'm writing a statement. I hope you people know what is statement and all. For example, I'm writing a statement. In C is equal to A plus B. This is actually a statement. Okay. And a group of statements or a collection of statements, it is actually called as block. Block of code or block. Okay. Collection of statements. Everything whichever you are writing, it comes under statement only. Okay. So here in C is equal to A plus B. Here A plus B, right? So a plus is my operator. A and B is going to be my operands because because uh, I'm going to do some addition. Okay, and here not only plus equal to plus and equal to both are operators only, and A, B, and C are the operands. Okay, because I'm going to perform addition with the help of the plus symbol. So plus is an operator. A and B is the data on which I'm going to perform the addition. So it also comes under the operands. Okay, and here I'm going to assign the computed value to C. So I'm using the operator equal to, and C is also an operand because that is also the data on which I'm going to update the added value. Okay, so these are the difference between operators and operand. Okay. Yes. So in Java, we do have 8 different types of operators: arithmetic, unary, assignment, relational, logical, ternary, bitwise, and shift operators. So for the last two operators, bitwise and shift operators, you are supposed to know the binary and decimal conversion, okay, because it works at the bit level. Okay, and also arithmetic operators. Okay, 8 arithmetic operations, you know, like as the name suggests, the basic mathematical things whichever we used to do in our childhood, the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, all those things only will be done with the help of the arithmetic operators. One new thing which you can study over here is the modulus operator. The modulus operator is actually used in. Okay, so you can learn about the modulus operator. The modulus operator is nothing but it is actually used to find the remainder. For example, if you're giving something as you're giving something as 6 mod 3 means it will just first of all I'm telling you 6 mod 3 means it will be giving you the remainder. So if you divide 6 by 3, the remainder will be 0. Okay, if you're giving 5 mod 4, the remainder will be 1. And if you're telling something as 8 mod 5, the remainder is going to be the 3. So the modulus operator, it actually gives you the remainder. Okay, that is actually going to be a new thing to you. And before stepping on into the operators, no, I'll be telling you how to take the, dynamic input from the user as well. Okay, so here let me give you some example in num1. And also, guys, do you all know the rules for defining a variable? How a variable must be defined, the rules for defining a variable, which means your variable must not start with a digit, and your variable name must not contain any special characters other than underscore, and your variable name must not be a reserved word or keywords. Keywords in the sense, it's the concept of keywords. These are very basic things. Keywords in the sense, keywords are some reserved words which have some predefined meanings. Okay. For example, here public is a keyword because Java has already defined it whenever they have created. They have already defined the meaning of the public keyword. Okay, and there are many keywords in Java. Okay, sorry. Okay, there are many keywords. Yes, see here. No? Abstract, assert, boolean, break, byte, case, catch. Okay, we have more keywords. Like after the class, you can go through all these things. Okay. Yes. So I'm just going to give int num1 is equal to 7 and int num2 is equal to 3. Okay. And this I'll be printing system dot out dot println modulus or reminder. Okay, and in Python people do use comma, okay, in the print statement in order to separate something, but in Java we use plus. Okay, we will be giving directly in the print statement. Also we can give num1 mod num2, or if you are a very beginner you can just give int result is equal to num1 mod num2 and system dot out dot println the remainder is result. Okay, so when I try to execute this code, 1 will be my answer, because when I try to divide 7 by 3, 2 times 3 is present, so my remainder is 1. So I think like addition and subtraction will be very, addition and all will be very easy. Just in this place, you have to just put plus, and here let's give result. Okay, so 7 plus 3, it will be 10. If you're giving minus, you can use subtract symbol. If you want to multiply, you can use the asterisk symbol. Or if you want to divide, you can use the divide symbol. Okay, so these are all the arithmetic operations. So guys, are you clear until this? Or do you people have any doubt? Or is my pace okay? Or am I very fast? Because today everybody is very silent. Sharma and Aman, like, are you able to follow me? I mean, follow the thing which I'm taking right now. Okay. What about Sharma? And Aman, can you let me know how many people are watching the stream right now? Ashish, okay. Okay, Rashid. Can anybody know how many people? Repeat, ma'am. Where you're having the doubt, Sharma? Could you be more specific on the area where you have some doubt so that I can reiterate on that? 16. Okay. Thank you, Ganesha. Sharma, like, can you tell me in a more specific way of where do you have that doubt so that I'll be able to mod? Okay, mod is nothing but mod is very simple. Okay, hmm. Modulus operator, it is being defined. I mean, it is being represented as percentage symbol. Okay, and if you're doing 7, for example, if you're doing 5 mod 4 means, see, when you try to remove when you try to divide 5 by 4, what will be the remainder? In normal division we'll be doing in our childhood, right? What is going to be my remainder? 1 is my remainder, right? Because in 5 I have only 1 times 4, so 1 is going to be my remainder. Or if I'm having something like 8 mod 4, okay, my remainder will be 0 because I have two 4s in 8. Okay, so my remainder is going to be 0. Modulus is nothing but mod operator will always be giving you the remainder value. Okay, so here I'm having my num1 as 7 and my num2 as 3. When I try to apply mod on num1 and num2, 7 mod 3. Okay, so 1 will be my output, because in 7 I have 2 times 3 and my remainder is going to be 1. This is the modulus operator. Modulus operator, in very simple, it is just going to give you the remainder value. Now is it fine? The mod operation. Is it fine, Sharma? Or do you have doubts now also? Okay. Modulus is actually nothing but it actually gives you the remainder when you try to uh, find the remainder between two values and try to divide. It actually gives you the remainder. Okay, next thing is the unary operators, and the very important, one of the very important topic whenever you are preparing for interview aspect as well. I'll also be showing you the things, okay, of questions which is related to unary operators. Unary in the sense, okay, unary. As the name suggests, unary means I'm going to have only one operand. Okay, the operations will be involving only a single operand. Okay, single operand. See, a plus b. In this case, I'm having two operand. Okay, so this is not termed as a unary operator. Whereas in this cases, okay, a plus plus or a minus minus or plus plus a or minus minus a. Okay, it is being termed as unary operators because I'm going to perform some operation on a single operand, and that's why it is called as unary operator. And we have increment and decrement operators in unary thing. And in increment itself, we have post increment and pre increment. Okay, and post decrement and pre decrement. Okay, see, post increment in the sense, I'll be showing you an example. Post means after, pre means before, right? See, next this unary operators are unary operators. I'm giving int num1 is equal to 5. Okay, I'm giving system dot out dot println num1 plus plus. My output will be 5. Okay, this is termed as means post increment, because here see num plus plus is equal to num is equal to num plus 1. Okay, so num is equal to num plus 1 is similar to num plus plus. Num plus plus will actually increment the num value by 1. So if you have the num value as 4, means if you are giving num plus plus, the value will be returning to 5. Okay, so that is what num plus plus actually does. If you know, like if you're giving num minus minus, then 1 is decremented from my num variable. Okay, see, post increment, pre increment, both are going to do the same job only. Okay, if you are going to use post increment also, what it does is it is going to increment your variable by 1. If you are using pre increment also, it is going to increment your variable value by 1. Okay, but the difference is seen only whenever you are going with the print statements. See, in this statements and all, num1 is being declared as 5. Okay, but when I try to print num plus plus, 5 is being printed. Why? Because in my system.out.println statement, first I'm trying to retrieve the value of num1. So 5 is already stored in my num1, so that value is being printed. After printing only, I'm incrementing the value of num over here. So if I try to print my original num value, it will be incremented to 6 num1. Okay, see, in the back end, whenever I'm giving post increment or pre increment, the variable value is incremented by 1. Okay, but in print statement here in my earlier case, you are going to print the num1 value, and then only you're going to do the incrementation operation. So that's why there is difference in this output. So in my first case, 5 is being printed, and in my second case, 6 is being printed. Okay, so the same for decrement as well. But see, in this case, what happens? 5. You're giving, you're giving plus plus num. So here, in this case, see the output. Okay, in previous case, 5 and 6 was the output. Okay, but in this case 6 and 6 is the output. Why? Because before printing my num value, I'm incrementing plus plus num. Before printing my num value, I'm incrementing. So my 5 becomes 6, and then only I'm trying to print my num1. And here in this case, again, I'm going to print the variable, the value which is present in my num1, and that's why I'm getting the value of 6, 6 over here. So see, post increment or pre increment, both are going to increment your variable value by 1. The major difference will be seen only in the print statements, okay? And post decrement is same only. I'm giving 6 minus minus or 7 minus 4 minus minus, then I'll be getting 3 because in decrement is being carried out, and then only I'm trying to print my num value. Okay, and if I'm doing like this, I'll be getting 4 and 3 because after printing my num1 value only, I'm going to decrement my num1 variable. Okay, so why I'm why I'm telling you this, unary operators are very important in the sense whenever you are applying for interview and all, like you will be given some code snippets. Code snippet in the sense it is, like if you're having an entire code, snippets is nothing but it is a part of the code. Okay, so they'll be giving you snippets and they'll be asking you to predict the output of that snippet. Okay, so that is how actually questions are being framed. Okay, I'll be showing you interview questions based on pre-increment and post-increment. Okay, so see, you have questions like this. Okay, see here everything is uh, based on increment, unary operators only, post increment and pre increment. Okay, why I'm trying to tell you, what I'm trying to tell you is that be more cautious on these stuffs because these are the places where people are going to be getting confused very easily. Okay, so see this expressions and all, I is equal to I plus 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 I. Here I plus plus is unary operator, plus plus I is unary operator, but this plus is normal addition only. Okay, so we'll be having some long statements like this: a plus b plus a plus plus. I mean something like this. Okay, so see like this and all. And in Zoho and all, whenever you are writing for first round, okay, so there will be 20 questions. Okay, so I mean like 10 questions will be based on aptitude and 10 questions will be based on programming stuffs. In the programming thing, they'll be just giving you some coding snippets and then they'll be asking you to predict the output. And in Zoho, like we don't have something like multiple choice options and all. Everything will be, the very first one will be in the form of fill-ups only. Okay, so in that cases, people, you will be having the question based on this unary operators for sure, because these are all the places where people will be getting confused. So I hope you know what a pre-increment and post-increment is. Okay, so yes. uh, Before going to assignment operator, I just want to ask you people, if you have any doubts, are you all on the track, right? Do people have any doubts? Where do people have any doubts? Okay, okay, paka. Next thing will be my assignment operator. Okay, assignment operators is nothing but uh, usually we used to do, right? In C is equal to x plus y. That is a kind of assignment operator. You are going to assign some value to a particular variable. Okay, here these are all the things you have to take care. Okay, so for example, if I'm giving something as x plus is equal to y, means it is similar to x is equal to x plus y. Okay, so if I want to increment my x variable by 5 means, okay, I'll be just giving x plus is equal to 5. That's it. This is similar as x is equal to x plus 5. Okay, here assignment is done and also arithmetic operation is also coming under picture. Okay, see, you can use x star is equal to 5 as well. which will be similar to x is equal to x star 5. Okay, and x minus is equal to 5, which will be similar to x minus is equal to 5. You can also give x bar, I mean x by is equal to 5. It is similar to x is equal to x by 5. Okay, so this is nothing but the assignment operators, and there are also compound assignment operators, in the sense you are going to just combine the assignment and arithmetic operators. Okay, for example, mm, yeah, I'm giving int num1 is equal to 4. Okay, system dot out dot println num1 plus is equal to 4, in the sense my output will be 8, because num1 will be getting incremented by 4. It is quite similar as num1 is equal to num1 plus 4. Okay, you can also go with any other arithmetic operators as well. Once again, sorry guys. Okay, so num1 star is equal to 4. Output will be 16. Okay, and before proceeding into my next operator, I just want to give you a note, like taking dynamic user input or user input during runtime. Okay, so here by default, like, see, I am fixing num1 is equal to 4, but I want my user to enter the value of num1. Okay, during runtime I want my user to enter the value of the num variable. Okay, so for this particular use case, no, we will be making use of the scanner object. Scanner. Okay, so we do have a scanner class in Java, okay, which is available in util library. Okay, which is available in util library, and by creating a scanner object, okay, we will be taking the input dynamically from the users according to the data type, according to the variables data type. The methods is going to be different. Okay, see, for example, getting user input. Okay, so for example, first of all, I'll import my necessary library. Import java.util dot. Either you can give scanner if you know the class name, or else you can just give star as well. Okay, I'll be creating an object, creating a scanner object. Okay, scanner sc is equal to new scanner of system dot in. Okay, I have created an object. Every time whenever you are creating an object, the syntax for creating an object will be class name. Okay, class name, then you have object name is equal to new is the keyword. Okay, and this is nothing, this is not, this is class only, but this is again, it is not class here, it represents constructor. Okay, don't worry, I mean, in tomorrow or day after tomorrow sessions I'll be covering what a constructor is. In Java we have two types of constructor, one is parameterized and default constructor. Don't worry much, I'm just giving you the template, or I'm just giving you the way of how to create an object. Okay, so for a class, if you want to create a new object, see, object instance both carries the same meaning. Okay, some people will say I'm going to create an instance of a class, or some may be saying I'm going to create an object of a class. Both refers to same thing only. Okay, so the syntax is class name, object name is equal to new is the keyword, and you'll be giving constructor. Okay, according to the use cases, you'll be having either default constructor or parameterized constructor. Okay, I'll be just telling you parameterized constructor. I'll be just telling you the I'll be just telling you the difference between what default constructor and parameterized constructor. Okay, so here I'm going to take constructor. Constructor is similar to method, but constructor will not be having any return value. See, I'm just giving you the overview of what a constructor is so that you will be getting some idea on it. But please don't feel, please don't I mean, like, feel bad if you're not getting the things. Okay, that's completely fine. I'm just giving you an overview. Okay, consider is nothing but it is similar to method, or it is similar to a function, but consider will not be having any return type. Okay, return value and all, and consider will always be same as the class name. The class name and the consider name must be same. Okay, default means here in this case scan is my class, right? So my constructor will be like this. So here it is a default constructor because I'm not passing any arguments inside my constructor, so it is termed as default constructor. Okay, and in my second case here, instead my constructor I have passed system dot in, so it comes under parameterized constructor. Okay. Oh, getting more typos today. Okay, so here, if I want to create an integer value means I'll making use of the next int method which is present in the scanner class. Int num is equal to sc dot next int. Okay, system dot out dot println num plus is equal to somewhere 8. Okay, before this let me give an print statement. Println enter a number. Yeah. So enter a number is being displayed. If I'm giving 5 plus 8 is equal to 13 is being displayed. Okay. If you want to get boolean input means you'll be giving boolean num is equal to next boolean. There are different methods. So see, this is my class. Scanner is my class. Util is the library where my scanner class is residing. This is my parameterized constructor. This is my object. Okay, next boolean is my method which is present in the scanner class. If I want to access, yesterday I was telling you something, right? If I want to access the variables or methods which is present in a class, I'll be able to access it only with the help of object. But if it is a static class, uh, I can even access without an object as well. But this is not a static class, so that's why I'm creating an object, and with the help of my object only, I'm like using the methods over here. So next boolean will be a method in my scanner class. Okay, so I'll just print my num. Okay, I try to run. If I'm giving true is being printed. Okay, and if I'm giving false is being printed. Okay, like this we have a different methods. For float we have next float. Okay, 6.7 6.7 is being displayed. For double we have next double. Okay, and for character, for string we have something like next is only. Okay, next method we use for string. I'm going to something else. Kirti is a string which I'm going to store it in my num. Okay, and now let's see the difference between next and next line. Okay, see what happens. I have used next. See, next and next line both are used to take string input only. Okay, parameterized constructor. Okay, see, parameterized constructor is nothing but you're just going to pass some parameters inside the constructor. Okay, until now please don't be worried about what a constructor is, because constructor, just keep these things in your mind. Okay, so in this normal object creation statement, my this thing, this part, scanner of system.in, it is not, see here, it is class name. Scanner is my class. SC is the object which I have created. New is my keyword. This is not class. This is actually a constructor. Okay. Just remember these things. See, constructor will be some kind of method only, but it is not going to actually return anything. Okay. And constructor will be holding the same name as the class. If my class is student, then my constructor name will also be student. If my class name is employee, then my constructor name will also be employee. Okay. Default constructor in the sense, you won't be passing any argument inside the constructor. For example, if it is something like this, then it is default constructor. Then in my constructor, no arguments is being passed. But here, I'm going to pass an argument system.in. So that's why it is termed as parameterized constructor, because I'm going to pass some parameters inside this constructor. That's why it is called as parameterized constructor. But for default constructor, I will not be using any parameters. Okay, so I think is it fine, Sharma? Okay, so next and next line, we'll be seeing the difference between next and next line. Both are going to take some string input only, guys. Okay, see, let's see what happens. I want to take the input of a sentence. Means Java is easy. But what happens? See, whenever I try to use next method, only my Java word is being stored in my num variable. Okay. So this is it. I mean, like, I'll be showing you the difference, but just I'll be telling you, if you are going to use the next method, okay, and if you're going to give a single sentence, if any space is being encountered, okay, your control terminates there, and this part will be getting stored in your variable. So here, this Java will be stored in your num variable. Okay, but if you want to take the entire sentence as your input, means you have to go for next line method. So next line method, what it does is, see, let me tell you, Java is easy. Okay, so the entire line is being assigned to the variable num. Okay, see, there might be some scenarios and there might be some use cases where you want to work upon with a numerous line of text or numerous sentences and all. So that time, whenever you are using next method, it will not be very useful at the time. So go with the next line method. Okay. Hello, guys, am I audible now? I have changed the Wi-Fi as well. Now, am I audible? Okay, okay. So, Sharma, you got the point about the parameterized constructor, or where did the like screen struck so that I could tell the concepts again? Okay, so I mean, did you people have seen the difference between the next and next line, or I'll repeat it again. I'm giving, I'm using the next method. Okay. Whenever I'm using the next method, see, if I'm giving Java is AC means only the Java word will be getting stored. Okay, only the Java word will be getting stored to the num variable, because whenever it counters a space, okay, whenever it counters a space, the control actually breaks, and until that part on it is considered as a string. Okay, if you want to give the entire sentence as input means you'll be going with next line. Okay, so here in this case you will be just giving Java is easy. So there might be many. In this case, the entire sentence is being stored in your num variable. Okay, so there might be situations and there might be scenarios where you are supposed to like work on sentences and not on some like words. So there could be some problems like count the number of words, okay, in a particular sentence, or count the number of occurrences of letters or words in a particular sentence means you are supposed to go with the next line method. So these are all the different methods, and these are all the different ways of how to take the input from the user dynamically. Okay, so guys, are you all clear with this? Except Aman and Sharma, like others kindly to respond. Huh? Kashish, are you all clear with this? The like dynamic user inputs. If you guys are clear with this, I'll be moving on to relation operators. Am I going very fast? Okay. Guys, am I going very fast, or is my speed okay? Because I'm having much more things to cover. Speed is okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so next we'll move on to the relation operator. Okay, so relation operators. So see, these are all the things which we have studied from our childhood itself, like the operations. Okay, but the thing is in Java, how we are going to perform that particular operation. Okay, so here the relation operators, as the name suggests, you're going to relate, you're going to compare some like two different variables. So here you are going to compare whether a variable, whether for example you have two variables a and b, whether a is less than b, or whether a is greater than b, or whether a and b are equal, not equal. Okay, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Okay, I think you know the basic output what these operations will return. Okay, but I'll just tell you, like whenever you're going to use some relation operators, your output will be a boolean value, either true or a false. Okay, for example, your speed is okay, clear. Okay guys, okay. So guys, I will recommend you all to just like work with me parallelly. Okay, so that if you have any doubts you can ping me now itself in chat. Okay, yes. So enter number one and let my next line be enter number two. Okay, so here I am going to take the input int num1 is equal to sc dot next int. Okay, and my second line will be int num2 is equal to sc dot next int. Okay, and here int, and here I'll be giving boolean result, because because the result of relational operator will be a boolean value in the sense true or false is equal to num1 greater than num2. So let me print the result. Println. Okay, so when I try to run this code, 4 and 5. 4 is not greater than 5, so my output is false. Similarly, 4 is greater than or equal to 5. 5 and 5. Yes, 5 is not greater than 5, but 5 is equal to 5. So that's why my output is 2 or 2. For not equal to, you'll be putting an exclamatory symbol and equal to. Okay. Difference. Okay, sure. 4 and 5. 4 is not equal to 5. Not equal to means you want to use an exclamatory and equal to. Okay. And 4 is not equal to 5, and that's why your result is true. Because we have just asked in the machine whether 4 is not equal to 5. Yes, that's true. So true is the result over here. So the difference between next and next line is, see, if you're going to give next, okay, and if you are going to give a statement like I am Kirti, okay, only I will be stored in your variable, okay. If you want to take the input, I mean, if you want to take an entire sentence as an input, whenever you're going to use next method, only the first, like the first word, only the first word will be getting, like mapped to that particular variable. Okay. Once it encounters a space, it actually terminates. This I am Kirti and all will not be getting stored. Okay. And see, if I'm going to use next line, if I'm giving the same input, I am Kirti in the sense, this the entire sentence I am Kirti will be getting stored into that particular variable. After which you can use that particular variable, you can manipulate it, and you can use them in order to count the number of words, or in order to count anything like the number of vowels in that sentence, anything like that. Okay. Next line will actually terminate only when it encounters a next line character. Next line means backslash n will be there. No, only when that is being encountered only your next line actually breaks. But next, whenever it is encountering a space, it actually breaks. Okay. In terms of coding, if you want me to show an example, means see, I'm giving string string1 is equal to sc dot next. Okay, I'll be printing out my statement. System dot out dot println using dot next method. My output will be str1. Okay, and next thing string str2 is equal to sc dot next or next line. System dot out dot println same I'll be using next line method. My output will be str2. Okay, see what happens. I'm giving the same input only. Okay, I am Kirti. Okay. Huh. I'm giving what is happening over here. Oh, the next line is getting captured over here. Okay, okay, wait, wait. Okay. So what is happening? Oh, I is getting stored up. Okay, so see, I am Kirti, okay? By using the dot next method, I thought this cursor and this is same. Okay, so see, okay, whenever I'm using dot next method, I'm only the first word I is getting stored to my str1 variable, okay? And see if I'm going to use next line means yes, let me go with Eclipse. Just give me a second. Guys, I'm audible right now. Can anyone let me know? Here I'm having very weak signal. I'm just switching my places. Is it fine right now, guys? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sharma. Sorry again. Okay. So, I mean, like Kashish, you got the difference. You got the difference, right? See, in this case, if I'm giving, see, in my previous case, I have used the next method, and when I was giving the entire sentence, after encountering a blank space, like the this thing got truncated, the input got truncated, and only I was being stored in the variable, right? And see, in this case, I am giving the entire sentence. Let's see what's difference over here. Giving I am Kirti. Okay, so the entire sentence is being stored with the help of dot next line method. Let me speed up, okay, because you're having things to cover. Okay, so next thing after relational operators, we have logical operators, and I mean, I hope here some people know what a truth table is. So, do people know what is a truth table? Truth table in the sense I'll be explaining you the truth table as well. After truth table, we are having ternary, bitwise, and shift. Okay. So most probably I think we'll be able to cover until bitwise operators today. Okay, let's see. Logical operators. Truth table. See, I mean, assume something as like, like assume, see, truth table will be something like this. Okay, so A will be my first input and B will be my second input, my result. Okay, so whenever my A value will be true and my B value will be true, I'm going to perform some AND operation in the sense. Okay, so we do have three types of operations over here. In logical, we have logical and logical or and logical not. Okay, so I'll be just telling you for and or what is the truth table. Okay, truth table is nothing but whenever we are giving some A and B values, what will be our result? Okay, that is going to be the meaning of truth table. Okay, so if you people have already learned about binary bits and all those things, you might be aware of what this truth table. Okay, for people who don't know, don't worry. And operation. Okay, just if your A input and B input both are true, then your result will also be true. Okay, if your A input is true and your B input is false, your result is going to be false. Or else if your A is false and your B is true, then your result is going to be false only. If your A and B both are false, then the result which you yield from that expression will be false. Okay. So this is the logical AND operations or truth table. Okay. And next for OR operation, the truth table will be if true both are true, then the result will be true. Okay. False. If true A is true and B is false, your output will be true. If A is false and B is true, also your output will be true. If both are false, then your output yields false as the output. Okay. The thing which can be said in one line is in AND operation. Okay. Only if both the operands yield true. I mean, in your AND operation, only if both the operands yield true, your result is going to be true. Okay. But in your OR operation, if either one of the operand yields true, in that case itself your output will be true. Here in this case, only if both the if both your operands are true, only the result will be true. Okay, otherwise it is false in all other cases. Okay, but in your OR operation, if either of the operand yields true, see here, true, your result is true. True, false, your result is true. False, true, your result is true. Okay, only if both the operands are false, then only your result will be a false thing. Okay, so this is actually the truth table for logical and logical not. Okay, I mean logical and logical or. For logical not, it is very simple. It is going to involve only a single operand. Means if your A value is true, then your result will be not of true. Not of true means false. If your operand is false, then your result will be not of false, which is true. Means the contradictory one. Okay. So this is actually truth table. Okay. So let me give you an example. So let's skip all this dynamic inputs and all. I'm giving int A is equal to 5. Okay. And B is equal to 6. I'm just going to give boolean result is equal to A greater than B and A not equal to B. Okay. See here in this case, A greater than B, 5 greater than 6. I mean, like this case, wait, I will explain. In this case, A is 5, right? B is 6. And I'm going to give if A is greater than B, and if my A is not equal to B. This is the expression which I have given, right? So here I'll be checking if 5 is greater than 6 and 5 is not equal to 6. Okay, what happens? 5 is greater than 6, it is false. False. And 5 is not equal to 6, it is true. So in my logical AND operation, if my operands are false and true means what will be my output? It is false, right? It is false. So false will be the output, whichever I'm getting. False. So when I try to print the result, my result will be. So guys, do you understand this logical AND operation? Just let me know in the chat. If you are okay with this single example, uh, rest all the things will be very easy. I'll be also showing you how logical NOT and like logical OR works. But are you people okay with the logical AND operation? Okay. What about others? Thank you, Aman, for your prompt response. Because actually, I'm staying in a PG. That's why I'm getting some network glitches. Okay, so apologies for that. I have changed my Wi-Fi and all. So I hope that we should not get any network glitches again. Okay, what about others? Kashish and Sharma, is it okay for you, or do you people have any doubts? Okay, so yes. Okay, so if I'm going to use my OR operator in this sense, OR operator will be a pipe symbol. OR operator in this sense, we know the same, like conditionally false or true, false or true. So check with the logical, truth table, and here false or true. For logical OR, the result will be true. If either of the operand yields true, then your result will be true. So this actually yields true. So when you try to print now the result, it is going to be true. Okay. And see, if I want to apply not means, I'll be in this case I'll be let me apply not to the result obtained. Okay, so here in this case I'll be giving not of false means not of result. Okay, I'll be changing it to logical and I'll be giving not of result. Okay. Yes, not of result means true, right? So because in my previous case, whenever I was applying logical and my output was false. Okay. So now I have tried to print not of false. So that's why my output is true. This is the example for logical not. Okay, logical not. For my logical not, this is going to be my output. Okay, and if I'm going to use the OR operator means my output will be false. So actually it is true only, but I have applied my logical not over here. So not of true will be false. Okay. So this is all about the logical operations right over here. And next thing will be my ternary operators. Okay. The ternary operators, it is very, very simple. Okay. So ternary operators are also known as condition operators. Okay. Why we are calling ternary operators as condition operators in this sense? Like like if else statement, like for people who know conditional statements already in other programming languages, conditional statements means we know, right, based on a particular condition only that particular statements are going to be executed. Okay, so like that ternary operators is also going to do the same thing. Okay, so based upon the condition only your execution will be happening. Okay, see it over here. Okay, this is going to be the flow chart. So you will be mentioning some condition. Okay, so actually in your ternary operator you will be using two separators or symbols. One is the question mark and another one is the colon. Okay, in your question mark you'll be giving some condition, you'll be giving specifying some condition. Okay, and if that condition is true, then your expression one will be getting executed. Okay, or else if your condition is false, then this expression will be getting executed. So it is somewhat similar to if else block. Okay, and ternary operators are very useful for you whenever like you are doing some coding stuff, because there might be some there will not some there might be many cases where you will be making use of this conditional statements, conditional operators in your code whenever you're going to solve any complex problems or solve any problems. In the sense, you might be using depending upon this condition, this set of statements must be executed and all those things logics will be writing now. So in that case actually ternary operator helps you a lot, because it actually reduces the lines of code, and an optimal code must have lesser lines of code. Okay, so ternary operator is very useful thing in those cases. I'll be telling you a very simple example. Okay, see, okay, 5 and 6. Okay, so I'm going to see. First, let me explain what I'm going to do. My A is equal to, my A is 5 and my B is 6. Okay, I'm going to, okay, assign, uh, I'm going to assign it to result. Okay, if my A is greater than B, I'm going to just give A is greater, or else I'll be just giving B is greater. Okay, so let me do this. So string result, because this thing is going to be a string variable only. So if I want to store a string value to a variable, means that variable must also be a string variable. No? So string result is equal to, okay, now take this condition. So condition will be something like this: A is greater than B. If A is greater than B, if this is true, question mark, then you have to give A is greater than B. Okay. Otherwise, B is greater than A. Okay. So just let me print out dot println result. Okay. So in this case, my B is greater than A, so that's why it will be getting assigned to result. And when I try to print the result, I'm getting the output B is greater than A. So guys, are you getting the point over here? So this is my condition, okay? And here also my condition will be returning a boolean value only, either a true or false. So if it is true, then this statement will be getting executed. If it is false, then the later statement will be getting executed, okay? So in this case, A is greater than B. 5 is greater than 6 is false. That's why the control is coming over here. So the control is coming over here, and this statement is getting assigned to my result variable. And when I try to print the result value, B is greater than A is being printed. And for people who know other programming languages, see, for doing this, I mean for finding the greatest among two numbers, what you are supposed to do, you have to write a if statement. Okay, if A is greater than B, then inside that you have to write a block system dot out dot printer and A is greater. Or in the else block you want to write B is greater. No, actually it consumes some 4 lines of code, but in a single line itself you can do it with the help of ternary operator. So based on this particular condition, the like assignments are going to happen. And also you can also apply ternary operator in your print statements as well. That is why we are calling it as a conditional operator, and it is very very helpful whenever you are doing competitive programming stuff, because it helps you to reduce the number of lines in your code. So yes, of course, yeah, shorthand of if else. Yeah, cool. So, guys, are you okay with this? Are you on the track? Are you on the track with me? So, next we'll be learning bitwise operators. Okay. So, let me discuss bitwise and or exclusive or and bitwise shift left and shift right. And I think with that we'll wind up today's session. Okay. Aman is very active. Thank you, Aman. What about others, guys? Are you people able to follow me? Just take a couple of minute break. Okay, just a couple of minute break. Have some water and come. Like at 7:38, let's start. Okay, of how to convert a decimal number to its binary format and how to convert its binary to its decimal format. And then we'll be seeing the bitwise operations of applying, like bitwise and bitwise or and bitwise XOR. Okay, and yes, so take a couple of minute break and then let's resume the session. Thank you for your response. Okay. Meanwhile, if you people have any doubts, others, if you have any doubts, you can let me know in the chat so that this couple of minutes we'll be consuming it for doubt clearing as well. And let me also drink some water and come. No, just give me a minute. So, guys, can we resume the session? So, I think I hope all are over here. Okay, so let's continue with the session. Okay, so for the binary to decimal conversion, no? See, binary means, I hope you people know the meaning of binary. Binary means two. Unary means one. We have discussed it in the operator stuff, no? Binary means two. Okay. Binary means two. And whenever you're telling binary or bits, everything will be represented in the form of zeros and ones only. Okay, so I think in yesterday's session itself we have discussed about the machine level language, or the very machine level language or binary level language, zeros and ones. So computer will be able to understand only in the format of zeros and ones. Okay, so whatever thing, I mean the bitwise and the shift operators, whatever you are applying it over there, okay, it actually works in bitwise level. Okay, so here we have also seen logical and or not for all those cases. Okay, and those things are actually going to work on the values on the operands externally, but here it goes in bitwise level and then only the operation will be performed. Okay, so binary means two, and zero and one only comprises of binary. Okay, so see, for example, and decimal is nothing but decimal to binary conversion. Decimal is nothing but the normal numbers which we use in a real life. Okay, and the decimal will be having the base value 10. So normally, if I'm going to write some 5, a is equal to 5 means 5 over here is decimal and its base value is 10. Okay, and for binary the base value will be 2. Okay, so uh, I hope there is no any sort of disturbance from my side in terms of any background noises as well. If you are getting anything, means you can let me know. Okay. Yeah. So binary to decimal conversion. First, I will be telling you decimal to binary conversion. Okay. 5. This sorry. Decimal's base value is 10. From this, I want to convert it to the base value. Sorry. Okay. So sorry guys. So my decimal base value is 10, and my binary base value is 2. Okay, I want to convert from this base to this base. Okay, so let my normal number be somewhere 5. Okay, so if I want to convert my decimal value 5 to binary means, see, I have already said you binary means 2, right? So just what you do means, right, I mean we are going to represent the decimal in the powers of 2. Okay, so just write 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4, something like this. Okay, 2 power 5, and it goes, until 2 power n. Okay, and here just convert it. 2 power 0 is 1, 2 power 2 is 2, 2 power 2 is 4, 2 power 3 is 8, then 16, then it goes like 32, 64, because 2 power 5 is 32, 2 power 6 is 64, something like this it goes. Okay, so you want to represent 5, right? So just you have to put one over here. Just consider this alone. Okay, consider these values alone. You have to put one over here, so that when you add those corresponding places, you must get this 5 value. Okay, see here, I'm having 4 and 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5. So put 1 in 4 and 5 places, and in all places put 0. Okay, so in the sense, like if my value is somewhere something around 24. Okay, 16. Okay, if my value is 24, what I want to put, I want to see these values. By adding what it all values, I'll be getting 24. 16 plus 18 is 24, right? So I'll be putting 1. I'll be putting 1 here, 1 in this places, 1 against 16, and 1 against 8, and another all other places I'll be putting 0. So this is actually the way, to represent my decimal into binary. So 5 base 10, whenever I am trying to convert it into binary, 101 will be my output. Okay, so when I try to convert my 24 into its binary format, my answer will be 11000. Okay, and one more thing. If they are asking you to convert a binary to its decimal in this, okay, just write like this and just see the places where one is being present. So in this case, if some binary is given to me like this, okay, and if they are asking us to convert it into the corresponding decimal format, means what I want to do is just see where the one bit is there. So here in 16 1 is there and in 8 1 is there. So 16 plus 8 24. So 24 is a required decimal value. Okay, so this is actually the way how you'll be converting from decimal to its binary format and binary to its decimal format. So guys, are you clear with the binary to decimal conversion? Yes. 11000. Yes, sir. Appreciating Aman from appreciating Aman because you are very active today. Guys, are you clear with the conversion? Except Aman, everybody respond no? Because I know Aman knows. Ashish, Shubhu, again, Ganesha, Ganeshka, Anuja, Sharma. Okay, yeah. So if I try to put bitwise and is actually is represented in. If time permits, we'll see shift operators as well. Otherwise, we'll wind up with bitwise operators. Okay. Okay. So we have and bitwise or and bitwise XOR. Okay. So and is nothing. It is represented in this format, single and. But logical means you have to put double ampersand. Okay. The symbol here means ampersand. For or you have to just put a single type symbol. And for XOR you have to just put uh, this up arrow like symbol. Okay, I have forgotten the name. Okay, so if I try to perform bitwise and between 5 and 24 means, let's see what is going to be the output. Okay, so first of all your first step is represent 5 and 24 in its binary format. So we have done it. So 5 is being represented over here. Okay, and 24 is also represented over here. Okay, bitwise and means, here in this case, assume something else. So here everything is in the form of, where is my cursor? Yes, everything is in the form of ones and zeros, no? So here assume, if it is one, assume assume something like this. Okay, assume if one means it corresponds to two. If zero is present means it corresponds to false. Okay, so here we have one. Okay, so it corresponds to true. Here we have zero, it corresponds to false. Okay, so now we are going to apply and over here. Okay, so just check it with our truth table. True and false. True and false, my output will be false. So my output will be false. No? So 0. Again, false and false, 0. True and false, 0. False and true, 0. False and true, 0. False and false, 0. False and false, 0. Okay. So when you try to convert this into its corresponding decimal format, it will be 0 only, because there is no one over here. Okay, so we will be having 0 as the output. Okay, so I'll be showing you the example over here. bitwise operators. Int a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 24. System dot system dot out dot println bitwise and okay a and b. Okay, see, I have used bitwise and only single ampersand I have used a and b. When I try to run this code, my output will be 0. Okay, because internally in bitwise it is going to compute my and or an XOR operation. Okay, so guys, are you able to follow me with the bitwise and so that I could proceed with bitwise or and I'll also be telling you the truth table for bitwise XOR and then we'll be winding up today's session. Tomorrow, let's see the shift operators. I'll begin the class with shift operators, and then let's see some coding question based on bitwise operators, and then I'll also be showing you why bitwise bit manipulation is a very important concept over combinatorial programming and interrelated things. Okay. Okay. Yes. So whenever you are coming to see about so now let's see about this is about bitwise and now let's see about bitwise or okay. So we know about how OR works, right? This is the truth table of OR. If either of my operand is true, then the result is going to be true. Okay. So here in this case, true, false, true, because one of my operand is true, so true is going to be my output. False or false, false or false, true, false or true, false or true, true, false or true. It's true, false and false, it's 0, false and false, it's 0. Okay. So when I try to convert this into decimal format, just see where and all 1 is being present over here. Okay. So in this place, 1 is present in 16, in 8, in 4, and in 1. Okay. Okay. So just like just compute add 16 plus 8 it's 24, 24 plus 5, 4 plus 1 is 5, 24 plus 5 so it is 29. So 22, 29 will be my output. So when I try to convert this into bitwise, 29 will be my output. For the same a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 24. 29 is my output. Okay, so guys, how you people understood about the bitwise and bitwise or? I need response from everybody. So this is all about bitwise and bitwise or okay. And next is we'll see bitwise XOR. Okay, bitwise XOR. Okay, bitwise A operand, B operand, result. Both my operands are same, then my result will be false. True and true is same, right? True, true, both are same, so my result is false. If my both the operands are different, if it is contradictory to each other, then my result will be true. True or false? True or false means my result will be true. False or true means my result will be true. False or false. False and false both are equal, so my result will be false. Okay. So this is going to be my truth table for my XOR. Okay. What false is? So for the same output, for the same operand, let me for the same 24 and 25. I mean 24 and 5 operands. Let me work on with XOR, okay? XOR operation. 1 and 0 both are different, so it is true. If it is true and false, my output will be true. So true. 1 and 0 both are different, so 1. Next thing, 0 and 0 both are same, so 0 will be my output. 1 and 0 both are different, so 1 will be my output. Here 1 and 0 both are different, so 1. Here also different, so 1 will be my output. Here everything is same, so 0, 0. So again, the result which we got in a real case. So when I try to find the decimal value of this binary, it is nothing but it is 29. Okay, so when I try to print the XOR value, let's see what happens. Where bitwise XOR. I'm yielding the same result bitwise XOR the same value 29. Okay. So this is all about the bitwise operators in Java. Means we do have shift operators, which also comes under shift bitwise operators only. But tomorrow we will be seeing more on shift left and shift right operators. Okay, and yes, bit manipulation is very important concept because there are many questions in interview which is focused on bit representation, bit manipulation, and all those things. So if you want to gain more knowledge on these bitwise manipulation stuffs, means just go and check bit manipulation lead code, okay, and many problems will be available. So more complex problems also it can be solved easily with the help of a bit manipulation. For example, like like to the problems which involves subsequences and all those things. Okay, so complete tree nodes, so permutation. So whenever you are going for permutations and all, for either it's a number permutation or whether it's a character permutations and all, so you can go easily with okay, so bitwise things and the power of 4 and all those things, unlock patterns. So, harming distance. If people are in your third year in distance, you might have studied harming at all in, I think OS or networking concepts. So, so there are around 233 problems which is involving bit manipulation. Okay, in lead code you are having this much problems, you can go and start solving because whenever you are coming for interview, bit manipulation is one of the very important topic on which the interviewers will focus. Okay, so yes, so let's wind up the session with this. So guys, are you okay with means today's session? I just want you people to share your feedbacks, and if you face any drawbacks, also you can let me know in the chat, so that I'll rectify it from my next sections as well. Okay, so yes, guys, if you have any doubts, you can post it in the chat. Okay, so have you all understood? And just give me the feedbacks of today's session now, and then we'll wind up. And I just want the response, from you people. I said no. I have started. I just thought of creating a small WhatsApp group, and so that we could form a like-minded community in order to solve the lead code challenges and all. So that it will be a motivation for everybody over there, na? So that we can maintain the streaks and all. XOR repeat in next session. Yes, sure, sure. Other than that, Sharma, do you have anything, any doubts? XOR, tomorrow I'll be starting up with the XOR operation. It's very simple only, but still I'll repeat it again. And then I'll go with the shift operators, and then we'll be seeing one coding problem. And then we'll be proceeding with strings, arrays, and all those things. Okay, strings arrays, and in strings arrays also we'll be solving such questions. And after which we'll be going to the oops concept, and if time permits I'll be also dealing with collections in Java. Okay, hash map, we are having preset, hash set, okay, stack queue and all. If time permits I'll also be telling you. Okay, so okay guys, so thank you, thank you for your patience, and thank you for attending today's session. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so thank you all, bye.